Alright, so I came in here last night, and this is a tow. There was another tugboat over here. It left this morning. So I'm rafted up, tied to the Swedish boat, and they're tied to this towboat. And this entire barge line was all filled full of loopers, and they all left early in the morning. A lot of the loopers I've met have jobs, and they only do this so many months out of the year, and they go back to work. And so they're on a time limit or a time frame, so they're leaving at like 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're flying like crazy to the next marina, next anchorage, next dock. And I don't know, at least they're doing it, I guess. But so the Swedes are going to pull out and leave. They're going somewhere far away. I'm not. I'm going to a nearby anchorage. They're going to pull out and leave. I'm tied to them. I'm going to slide in where they're at. And there's a garden hose over here hooked to a fire extinguisher. I'm going to put some filters on it and a valve to reduce the flow and get it and fill up my tanks. I did laundry, all kinds of stuff last night, burned a bunch of water up. I want to find a dumpster up there, throw a few things away. I'd like to get fuel. I don't know if they're going to sell me fuel. There's a gas station in town, but there's a wall. That big, huge wall runs the whole length of the town. That levee wall there. So I have to take my 5.5 gallon cans and climb a vertical staircase 6 times, and to get out there and get fuel at the gas station. So I'm not looking forward to that unless they sell me fuel. So that's that. I almost forgot. So check this out. Oh, let me get back in the boat. So last night when I came in, I was rafting up to his boat, and he's tied to the towboat you saw. Well, their lifelines are chains, just, you know, standard chains. And the chain started going nuts, started going crazy. And I'm like, oh no, someone fell off the upper deck. And then it hit me. Oh no, it could be a silver carp, or a silverfish, Asian carp. So I ran across his boat real fast, and sure enough, between his boat and the towboat was a small gap, and this great big Asian carp just shot vertically out of it, and it fell on top of the towboat, and it got stuck in the chains. It couldn't fall back in the water, and it was kicking around. So I jumped on it, I tackled it, and now I have an Asian carp. Finally, you can't catch them with a rod and reel very well. They don't really eat lures, and they're filter feeders like whales. They just kind of swim through the water with their mouth open, filtering everything out. So you have to either shoot them, stun them, shock them, spook them, hit them with a baseball bat, whatever, or tackle them when they fall on land. So I tackled it when it fell on land, and I filleted it up. It's in the fridge. So tonight I'm finally going to have Asian carp fillets, maybe cook up some veggies, some Spanish rice to go with it. We'll figure it out, but I'll be at anchor tonight doing that. And that's it. I finally got an Asian carp, wrapped it to the Swedes, tied to a tug, some tug terminal. Okay, this is late morning, almost noon on day 7. I'm in Beardstown, Illinois. I guess what it's called, Beardstown. This is Logsdon, Logsdon tug service. This is a working, functioning, active towing company. There's a tugboat up there as well. Last night, there was the Swedish boat was tied up to this tugboat. I was rafted up to the other side of the Swedish boat, and where I'm at here on these barges, all the way down, it was all trawlers and loopers all the way down. And well, there's the walkway up and down. Get up and down and out of here. But highly recommend it. I had access to water. I filled my tanks up. I used my scooter to do 8 miles. It's like 3/4 of a mile to the gas station. First of all, a lot of Mexican restaurants in town. We had good dinner last night. So I'm going back and forth to my scooter because there was no one here this morning. There's a drop box to pay. It's $1 a foot, and there's no one here to get fuel. So I made like 3 trips up and down that little walkway with my scooter, going back and forth. And then someone showed up, and I'd already put my fuel tanks away. I was already done, but I wasn't completely full. And they're like, well, here's the keys to one of our company trucks. Just pick one and go grocery shopping and go get fuel and do whatever you got to do, then come back and you're good to go. So highly recommend it. Access to a truck, went grocery shopping, went and got fuel, filled my tank up. They do sell fuel, they do, but I don't know. I kind of got the impression they wanted to sell a lot of fuel. I didn't need a lot of fuel, so I didn't mess with it. I just filled up my jerry cans and filled the boat up. So if you're doing the loop, Logston Tug Service, $1 a foot on the Illinois River in whatever I said it was, Beardsman, Illinois. All right, I got to get moving. I'm running late. All right, I'm finally on the river. It's kind of confusing right here. There's a whole lot of islands. I'm trying to figure out where the channel's going. The chart changed colors a couple days ago, and now the channel kind of blends in with the chart. I don't know why. It's all the same shade of blue to me. My charging alternator conundrum. I think I might have a solution for it. It's running now. It's working now. It's charging now. I have lithium batteries in my house bank and an AGM start battery, and then I have a DC to DC charger on my AGM start battery to auxiliary charge my house bank should I need it. And that was working, does work, doesn't work, does work. That's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't get that. You got to reset it, it's throwing fault codes. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So the problem with lithium batteries are a standard car battery, lead acid, AGM. You have to force power into it. You have to force it. And the lithium batteries, they absorb everything. There's no resistance in a lithium battery. So a standard car alternator just spools out and burns up, catches on fire. They can't handle lithium battery. They do make special alternators with diodes and resistors and whatnot for thousands and thousands of dollars. And I got to change my pulleys out and get new custom belts and all kinds of, it's just a pain in the butt. So that's why I went with a DC to DC charger. And it doesn't seem to be very efficient, working very well. So what I did this morning, and I got up at 5:30 this morning, started tinkering with it, is I have a knife switch, just a standard knife switch, a little brass knife switch. I put it on top of the battery, put it on the AGM battery, ran leads from the battery to my terminals on my charging system, on my solar system, and sorry, I'm turning, and it seems to be working. So the alternator is a 150 amp alternator. It's only pumping out like 15 to 30 amps. It's doing its thing. It's getting resistance from the AGM battery, acting as a resistor, and then in return, when that battery reaches a higher point of state of charge than the lithium batteries, it dumps that power into the lithium bank, and it's dumping that power in at about 20 amps. So it's helping out. It's doing something. And I've eliminated the great big huge fancy electronic, just a mess of electronics for that DC to DC charger. So hopefully that works out. Hopefully we're able to charge the house bank just a little bit, just a trickle charge throughout the day. You know, like today it's raining, it's cloudy, hardly any sun. We're making power. We're not making a lot of power. It's going to be muggy, no wind all day, so the boat's going to be really hot when I park the boat. I'm going to run the AC full blast for 14 hours, keeping the boat nice and cool. Because even when the boat's ice cold in the 60s, the engine room is still super hot. Even in the morning, you open up the door, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. So that heat is radiating out of the engine room while the AC is, trying to keep the boat cold. And it's doing its job. Works a lot better when the engine's off and you're sailing all day, but, what you get. Great big engine in a tiny little space, in a closed up boat. But that's that. I think we got that charging system figured out. Oh man. Well, I had a lock just downriver of where I stayed last night. And well, it's congested. So I got a late start. And I'll probably be here for a while. No one really knows. The lockmaster's out of the office doing something. But I got this tow right here, JW Hunter. She was in front of me. The lock's down there on the other side of the bend. That towboat right there, the blue one, I was tied up to that boat last night. And so he came shooting down here past me. So I kind of figured he was going to bust the tow in half. So let me shorten my little handle here. So he's going to go in 2 drops. He's just maintaining position here. And this towing company is going to pull them apart and split them. There's a tow in the lock right now. It's a pleasure craft. I see a yacht down there waiting. I can't get a hold of anybody, so I'm going to head that way. I just slowed down quite a bit. I imagine I'll be here. I imagine it's going to take 3 or 4 hours again. I guess no big deal, right? There could be worse things to be doing. All right, so I dropped the hook. Got a yacht in front of me. There's my anchor. I didn't even put the bridle on. I just dropped 55 foot of chain in the water, backed into it. They're splitting a tow up there. That's where I just came through. There's a tow here coming out. Yeah, you can just barely make out the radar. So he's in the lock now. Take that back. I think he's already split. So this is dead. This is moored off. The gates are closed. He's coming up in his boat back there with a couple barges back there. These crane barges here, you can't tell. It looks like river. Let me get out here. That's a dam. All right. It's got an optical illusion. If you were to keep going, that's why those little sticks are there. You would just shoot off the other side. That's a dam right there. I don't know how far it drops off. I would say at least 50 feet. It drops straight down, and that's the Army Corps of Engineers working on it. That's their crane barges there. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 barges there working on the dam, and there's the lock. And I would imagine 3 hours. I can't get hold of the lock master, but that is what it is. Let's make lunch. All right. Let me turn the boat. All right, it's a low head dam. We were anchored off ahead, above, waiting on the lock. You can see the core barges right on the edge of the dam. They just hang over the edge of the dam. That's crazy. That's probably a 15, 20 foot drop if you would just take your jet ski and just keep going, not paying attention. Oh, it's very turbulent. I'm trying to keep the boat straight, trying. All right, we're through the lock. The lock master let us through. He told the other tow it's going to take him all night just to get broken in half and staged. So he let 3 of us through, pleasure craft, and they're going to deal with him later. There's a perfect example. I just came through the lock, how these barges slide. I think this came up the other day. Listen, you can see how he's sliding through the turn. He's actually outside the channel. I can see mud getting kicked up. He's outside the channel. I got him on the radio. Asked him how he wanted to proceed, how he wanted me to pass him. And his response was, on the 1. That's all he said. That was it. So that meant I came down on his port side. The little pink line is the channel. Whoa, I'm in his prop wash. Now I'm getting out of here. Here we go. See how he kicks out? And he's a small little tow. If he was a big tow, they really take up the whole channel when they slide through these turns. Just in case you guys were curious. I know somebody was. I'm in his prop wash now, so you can't see it, but I'm going all over the place. I am trying to keep the boat straight. That's me spinning the wheel around and around and around. There we go. I'm out of it now. All right. Well, crap. You know, whoa. I'm gonna lose my sunglasses. It wouldn't be too bad, but my anchorage, I think, is right there. I gotta go up inside a creek and drop a stern anchor. I'm right on the edge of it, so it should pass here in a minute. I'm gonna try and hold tight dry. I mean, I got the hardtop, but the boat's all closed up because of the weather, and I'm not happy with that because of the heat inside. Oh, whoa, whoa! Yeah, it's coming down now. You can see it dancing, skating across the water. Now I'm getting all wet. Well, it's an adventure, right? Alright, I'm going to tighten things up a bit. Well, I don't know if I really want to anchor back inside a creek, because it is coming down now. That creek may swell up in the middle of the night. I don't know if I really want to deal with that. Yeah, that's it back there. Little creek. It's on the anchorage guide. I was going to back up in there, or nose up in there. Or I was going to back up in there, drop a stern anchor, my main anchor out here. But it may be white water in the morning. I don't see any more anchorages forever. The longest time, like 4 or 5 more hours. This little squall is like that big on the map. Like you can't even see it. So I don't know where all this is coming from. But look at it dancing across the water. A lot of wind. Yeah, I don't want to go inside that little creek. Well, I guess it is what it is. I'm going to turn the radar on. Radar's not on. I'll turn the radar on and I'll just plow through it. The boat's completely closed up, so it's going to be really hot in there. Really hot with the engine going. Not looking forward to that. And I guess I'll just, I'll drop anchor at midnight or 1 o'clock. I'll figure it out. But, you're not in a car. You just can't pull over at a rest stop. I can pull over here, but I don't think it'd be very wise to do that. Look at that, how it's dancing. I don't know if you can see that or not across the water. I guess the wind coming off the trees. All right, it's starting to lighten up. It doesn't matter. We'll continue on. I'll anchor later tonight. All right, and just like that. Oh, there's an Asian carp upside. Oh no, that's not an Asian carp. That's like a buffalo carp. Looks like. Sorry, I'm reading the screen. Something popped up on the screen. Just like that, it's still raining. Sun popped out. A lot of thunder. That's a squall. When you hear sailors talk about, oh, there's a squall coming, that's a squall. When you pull up the radar on your phone or something, your little blue dot is 10 times the size of the actual weather. But when it hits you, man, it hits you. That's a squall. All right, I'm at anchor. Once again, you're in 2 foot of water. Right off the bank. Right behind this railroad bridge. I cocked the wheel pretty tight, locked the rudder, so it points my bow out towards the channel. So hopefully it breaks the wake. See how it goes. I think this is day 8, not day 7. I said earlier day 7. So I'm horrible at days. I need to get a notebook out. I need to put like a little piece of paper down there, just put little lines on it, scratch it. Yeah, what's that? What do they call that? The 4 lines, and the 5th one's yeah, I need to do that and keep track of the days here. All right, good night. I'm going to try and get this video put together today. I almost forgot. I'm cooking that silverfish. Now, I just want to make a correction because I had this conversation with a boat pilot earlier. They're not carp at all. There's nothing carp about them. I I need to look up where they even got that name, because I do know they've changed the name because people in the United States don't eat carp, but they're a delicacy in other countries. So I watched a video on how to get the Y bones out, and the guy was like, "Oh, you can feel them right here. Then you make a cut, and boom, you're done." I was like, "Man, I look so." I watched the video 2 or 3 times. I couldn't feel the bones. I had no clue what I just like chunked the meat. I just like filleted the meat off the. I could feel the bones with the knife, but I couldn't feel them with my finger or anything like that. So there were a lot of bones. I give them that. But so I had 4 great big fillets when I started. In the video, they made 2 slits and pulled the bones out, and they still had 4 great big fillets. I don't have that. I have like 2 long strips and a whole bunch of little chunks. So I'm cooking it now. I'll do a taste test, just straight up, and then I'm going to. The video said it absorbs flavor really, really good through and through. Like if you cook it with teriyaki sauce or something in the pan, it really absorbs it. Another popular method, it said, is to make meal out of it, to run it through a meat grinder, and don't even mess with it, because I lost a lot of fish, a lot of meat, and messed with the bones. I had no clue what I'm doing. I'm going to do it again. You know, I'm going to get it right. But I have a meat grinder. It's in the floor, but beneath me there's a meat grinder down there. So if you grind it up, the bones get so small, and so, kind of like turkey bones, you can cook them to the point where they're gone. You know, they're not there anymore. So make little patties. Here we go. Let me do a taste test here. Unseasoned, no sauce. No, that big chunk doesn't want to come out. We get a little chunk right here. Here it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The so-called Asian carp. They got a new enemy. You're looking at him. This guy right here. You are now on the hunted list. Hold on. I'm going to season it here with my Spanish rice sauce out of the pan. Come on, get on the spatula. A lot of small pieces in here. Come on. You're killing me. There we go. Oh yeah. If you can get around, figure out, like that guy in the video, how to make 2 little cuts, pull the bones out. Oh yeah. These guys got a new enemy. Oh yeah. Alright. I'm going to put I got Spanish rice here, vegetables over there. I'm going to put some of the Spanish rice sauce in the fish pan, let it soak it up. And that's that. Before I forgot, I was cooking it, and I was like, people are going to ask how it tasted. Oh yeah, I'm eating this all the time. All right, now good night. Real quick, I just watched that video of me taste testing that fish. I watched a video earlier about grinding the fillets, the Asian carp. It does not grind the bones up. I thought it would grind the bones up real small, but I watched the video and it does not. If you've ever ground like the front quarter of a deer, it's a lot of tendons, and the tendons get stuck in the meat grinder, and then when you unscrew the faceplate there, the meat comes out, the tendons stay in the grinder, you got to clean it out. So I watched the video. The guy ran the fish fillet. He just, filleted the fish, pulled the skin off, threw it in the meat grinder, ground it out into a pan, opened the meat grinder up, and it was all just clean white bones. All the bones stayed in the meat grinder, and it processed the meat out. Then he added seasoning and I think some kind of like breadcrumbs or something to stiffen it up, and he made burgers out of it and threw it on the grill. And I'm going to do that. I have a meat grinder, so correction, does not grind the bones up. You do not eat the bones. It just pulls the meat off the bones, and all the bones stay inside the meat grinder. So we'll try that next time. Just thought I'd add. Good morning. Morning 9. Yeah, I got the calendar out. I started counting started counting with my fingers. It's day 9. I noticed when I was messing with the video last night, I had the camera zoom on too tight, so you're like right up in my face, so sorry about that. It rained a lot last night. I have bugs all over the boat again. They're all stuck everywhere, mainly gnats. The mayflies out here are young, they're green. They're still like drying out. So I gotta put the pump in the water. I gotta hose the entire boat off again, scrub the whole boat down. I slept in this morning. I hit snooze about 5 times, and I just turned the alarm off. I said I'm not getting up. It's I don't know, a little after 8 now, I think. I got coffee going. I'm going to make an omelet, big ham and cheese omelet, and then get on it. There was another boat in this anchorage last night, and he took off again early in the morning. I don't get that. I don't. Relax, man. This anchorage, it's not my first choice. I think I showed you last night. I'm by the railroad bridge, just outside the channel, and next to no water. But I noticed last night when the tows would come around it's a turn. It's a sharp turn. I'm on the inside of the turn, just outside the channel. And the theory is a towboat swings wide around the turn, so leaving all this river space, open. It's a safe place to be because there's no boats ever going to come here because they're just swinging wide around it. Well, I noticed last night, even with the current coming downriver, when a towboat would go, when a towboat would go upriver, it would suck my boat past my anchor and pull me out into the river. And then when a towboat would go downriver, it would then spin me around and push me against the bank. So yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid right here. I would have much rather been in that creek, but it started raining, and I didn't want to wake up to a giant pile of logs on my anchor chain or all over my stern. If I was backed in there, it would have just been a mess. So I wasn't going to mess with that. But that's that. Day 9. Bugs, garden hose, water pump, scrub brush. I got to clean the boat off again. I don't want all that stuff. The boat's wet. Everything's stuck to the boat. They can't get off the boat. I don't want to have the sun dry that out. And I just got like bugs stuck everywhere. All right. Oh, I want to show you this. Check this. I learned this the other day. Something I learned the other day. So I bought eggs. Let me turn the stove off. Nothing on the stove yet. I had been looking for, I have one of these right here. These little things, little plastic egg things, all right? You see these in the camping section at Walmart to store your eggs in plastic. I never counted how many eggs they held, ever. I just assumed because it's so tiny, it only holds like 6 eggs. So I was trying to keep an eye out for a pack of 6 eggs. And with the egg cartons over there, I couldn't find 6 eggs, so I bought a dozen eggs. And I brought them back to the boat the other day. I started putting them in there, and I noticed, holy crap, that holds the entire dozen eggs. And then I have this great big styrofoam egg container I have to go throw away. So I never counted it, but that's something I learned the other day. You get a dozen eggs in that little tiny thing. So why, when you buy a dozen eggs, why does it come in a great big long carton when they could just sell eggs in these little tiny itty bit? I don't get it. But I didn't know that. I would have lost that bet. I would have thought that held 6 eggs. I never counted. That's it. Something I learned. I was, yesterday days old, they say, when I learned that. It was interesting. All right. Find you later. All right. This is, let me turn a little bit, Hurricane Island. That's the Hurricane Island chute back here. It's not the channel. Anchorage guide says 10 feet. I know better than that. So instead of going in the chute from the upriver end, I'm going to pass the island, turn around, and come into the chute and see what I have for depth. There's a North Hurricane Island chute anchorage, a mid anchorage, and a South chute anchorage. So I don't know. I don't like the sound of that though, Hurricane Island. I hear locusts. I don't know if you can hear locusts, but I have locusts everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna drop the hook here in a minute. Well, in an hour, I'll be dropping the hook. I'll go around the island, come back up the other side, and wish me luck. All right, no. That went, hold on, I'm trying to turn. That went to 6 inches like that, and I still had a half a mile to go. No. And it may drop off. Yeah, I know, I got you. Yeah, those are shallow depth alarms. I got 3 feet of water. All right, so maybe it was 10 feet on the north side of the island, but I was trying to get some headway, so that's why I was going up the south side of the island. I'm not going to backtrack. There's an island right here, there's an island up here. I'm going to go another hour to the next island and see how it goes. But yeah, now a couple of times I've done that, and it goes, 5 foot of water, 6 inches, back to 3 foot real fast. No, I'm not in the mood. So I got the 6 inches. I threw it in reverse, and because I had a long way to go. So that's it. Next island. Oh man. So I came back up in here, way back up in here. I'll show you. I had to pass up these houses. Long story short, I'm way back up in here. Just dropped the hook. Don't have the bridle on. Nothing set. I see Asian carp movement. Just a movement. We're in dirty, dirty, dirty water. So, way out there, I see a ripple in the water. I grab the bow. Anchor's not set yet. That's a 50-yard shot. Well, 40-yard shot. Yeah, right through the head. There you go. There's the bow. One shot. 40-yard shot, no viz. All I saw was the top of his fin touch the water, and I fired, got him. Ha ha! Told you, they got a new enemy. This guy. Man, as soon as I made that video, I didn't even get the fish off the arrow, and it starts pouring around rain. It's raining now. I didn't check the radar yet. It's a long story, but I knew the wind was going to come from behind me, so it's going to blow me past my anchor. So I got to keep an eye on this, see how bad it's going to be. I may have to fire the engine up, straighten myself out, and then put a stern anchor out later. But that's that. So much for cooling the boat off. Let me go close it up. I'm telling you, it's on. It's still sprinkling. It's hard to see what's moving, but way up there's my anchor. Way up there, another, I don't know, quite a ways. Oh, don't fall back in the water. Anyway, I saw the water move. I could see the tip come out of his gills, right in his back. I saw the water move, didn't see him. One shot. So I got 2 shots down, 2 fish. And all I'm looking at the ripples in the water. And I can, it's hard to tell if it's the raindrops or the fish, so I can't see them. I'm just shooting below the ripples. And again, he was way out here. 2 shots, 2 fish. Oh, these guys are in trouble. Holy mackerel. All right, I got to get better at taking you guys with me. I got to find my headpiece thing. So I looked at the radar. We got a heck of a storm coming, a heck of a storm. And it's just now starting to get kind of nasty. It's not here yet. So I had to dig the stern anchor out, never used it before. I had to drop the dink. I went out, ran a line off the corner of the boat because I was way, the wind's blowing this way. And it's really blowing. It's gusting pretty good that way. It's gonna blow me past my anchorage. No big deal, but I don't want to end up on the bank tonight. So I ran the stern anchor out there, pulled the boat as tight as I could get it, dropped the anchor, put a buoy on it to mark it. Starting to rain again. Getting all wet. My sunglasses, I gotta wash the deck off. At least put some soap on. I don't want that blood to stain my kiwi grip. But that's that. Storm coming. tight little spot. They closed the dam to anticipate a lot of water coming, so the current stopped. Now you can see it, the wind is blowing it back upriver. So upriver's that way and the wind's blowing that way. It's going to get really bad here in a little bit. It's going to last all night. There's lightning and stuff, so I wanted to make sure I was somewhat secure. I got a good anchor up front, decent anchor in the back. I don't know, should be fun. Now let me take care of the fish. Jeez, I'll try that, find the headpiece, and it may make it more interesting if you are there while I'm doing it versus me just telling you what I did. Whew. Little waves coming up river. It's gonna get nasty. It's not here yet. I got a little bit before it gets here.